Yes, I'm more quite a family being Pajumadi so original TV. Fire do you go akrata hold on my boss. So I know Cassia Henry Kofi Bedu. Kwesi Bedu. I bet you anyway. So official head of the graduate. Fantastic. Dr. Muhammad Bami. I started negotiations. Sure. We are. I'll go and your friend is a member of some Kushia. I could share delegation. And tonight official IMF day. IMF day.
Not first day, no, 1st July. Republic Day, I call it, but then
IMF Day. And the year date in the elsewhere. Young Rako, I cried and some moment. And
Daily Graphic, and the front page, or the other two say, as strike paralyzes public schools, government urges to restore services. Unim say, the TUC, not the TUC, CCT Ghana, TEU, NAT, and then Agra. This 4 teacher unions. Omona we have busy schools, GHS, junior high schools, any afi senior high schools. Omo teachers ni bebre and eco strike. Unim say nra nurses, any midwives so they too just say almost so yes, they need a 20%.
And that is a senior staff university
of the University of Ghana, any afi universities ni na.
But enrollment say Ghana Education Service I issue
statement
say head of schools no MBA school no. Na enkra na enko. I don't really get it.
If you open and right call schools ni bi. Na e bi mo
yes, national service for nature made.
Yes, obviously.
Is that the best way to go?
That is not the best way to go. I think that government should find a way meet the demands of the striking teachers because ye kan adikunti aye call IMF is ani oman mu aye den. Some people have blamed it on the Russian-Ukrainian war. Yesterday, I heard some renowned economists, our Moka say, oh yeah, they are send your Ghana system in city no. Because okay, last time that was on Monday, in Komono. We are a country. The MPP government, everybody say we move from taxation,
economy,
yes, transition to production, and not the why because ye disca. Just imagine say, oh yeah, you manage 2,000 cities, but our expenditure is 6,000. And I was using 2,000. The
budget deficit 4,000 every month.
That is it. Do you get into 4,000? So that is a country where, and into on my thing, you see inflation hovering over 28%. It be more crack, it over 40%.
Yeah.
Anyhow, because
that's the U.S. economy.
Yes, U.S. economy because government is under reporting inflation. It's no end of this and but because you see, an average less I would 1,300 cedis. As at December, 1,300 cities. You see, 1,300 cities, about 600 cities. Because in Niamey also on the bit here, any lawyer first near the KK. So that is what is happening here on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Update your records. Okay, Ghana card once and say we advert KK on their tour. But don't video be a chagu and ra.
Yeah,
so my packet. Some friends say cards are.
Yeah.
On my issue statement say a card be or more. And your card and papa printed from 2014 to 2018. But I see your master no to add the chip embedment. And no NAS standard. Your friend is saying. Okay. So that is what they are doing.
Okay.
Ghanaian UK leads team to bring disorder breakthrough into where Professor Eric Abuaje and a lead into where medical for former toll workers petition president over job losses or lost jobs. Okay, toll workers.
Yeah.
You have to see one from them.
Demonstration for parliament.
Demonstrating for parliament.
I told them about.
I also back. I think that is all because Sami Omo vehicles and as a cars never complained. Say Omutia toll.
Yeah.
But you see, I look at this toll workers are.
According to Omankasa, the government is losing, or Ghana is losing 78 million Ghana cedis
a day.
A year.
A year.
Those the workers, you many bring
the last time in Parliament, the roads minister even mentioned more than that they make around over 6 billion Ghana cedis in a year. That is what he said in Parliament.
6 billion dear.
That is what he said in Parliament.
Per the records I know, government's quoting 78 million a year. I hope say he was referring to 6 billion a year.
That is more than because 78 million over to
if you say 1 million krana, back. We go there. Ghana for the government bring back the toll booth. bring back the
a lot of people are saying we are hoping some or more can maybe or say media budget review yameboa next week Wednesday. Next week Wednesday finance minister baba ye kwa IMF ya de ho nsem ne ade ne Ghana sky car say be nya de aboy ho bra baby ya do expenditure car say be spend it together with and you it is very a natural thing say over be review budgets you see people going on strike.
The purpose of which the toll booth was scrapped I think there are 7 purpose. One, you can say a easy congestion,
but still congestion is
casual for the traffic. Baby,
and the second one emissions almost say because cars no spark is so green gas emissions
car spark is so qua emission is why emissions
but it didn't serve its purpose like everyone, but it's just like the government will have to eat the humble pie and come out to say at the end car say
so let PR jobs
ye 11 in fuel na yemfa to
11 dey new.
Now, 11 no 11 no. The money that you said you are making less than 10%.
I say 11 only.
I didn't know. You see, because it was there to serve a purpose. Say, what the budget to? So why would you find other ways? Let's see. Media budget review. It will be very interesting. IMF decision to return investor confidence. We Ken of Realta, the finance minister, what him say? The minority. Some civil society organizations,
former president
some economists, John Dramani Mahama. What kind of be 3 times cry? Okay, he lecture. I think on the 2nd of May on Ghana at a crossroads. Okay, I say you know, and say is what I can you. The deputy ranking member on the finance committee, Isaac Adongo, and so what can say finance minister is not fit to lead Ghana's management team.
African politicians, and we black politicians, and say. Say white politician like UK, like Germany, and as a finance minister, watch say on we need GDA, we need hope. Our IMF, say IMF can be a solution to Ghana's problem. Now, no manage the economy, they are called to the extent say they have no choice than to go to IMF. Now IMF, on principle, you should have resigned.
Yes.
But Africa,
no, Africa, it doesn't happen. You know that, and not just because you are saying this, but no, UK ministers, Minister of Health, I think they have one inside friend Chancellor. Omar resigned because they don't want to be part of the consecutive government. Your friend is Prime Minister Boris Johnson, because of some scandals. So they say that they don't have confidence. You see those things. It is going to be very difficult. I'm yet to see
one. On your credibility.
Yes, I'm yet to see one in Ghana. Okay. Near health minister scandals, COVID vaccine.
Last week in provided evidence documents against Atofos and it's published.
I know yesterday they went to court again. They've adjourned the case.
You reckon of Furata, you see a Juma away as a finance minister. It means a voluntary job now. Ghana for say your performance is abysmal, disastrous. What can some fire and all the acquirement for Jumani tour? So why is it difficult
for him to resign?
But
it's either he resigns or President Nana Akufo-Addo reshuffle his government so either he resigns or Akufo-Addo reshuffle na buying. And it is very as a worker, African leaders and as African politicians, it is going to be very difficult. Say Obeka say because I've overseen the worst economic management since the inception of the 1992 Constitution and since the inception of the Fourth Republic.
And can Furata resign and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the head of economic management?
Will he resign? I'm not sure he will resign. So that is Nana Akufo-Addo cut sword for the 500 million euro railway, and he is warning thieves. Or one year scrap. But railway, no. My problem is that this is 500 million euros. Railway sector. We are building a railway line from Manso to Univalley. But you see, we have a whole ministry in charge of railway development. Yes, Yabeka say the railway development 107. We left it. Peter Amewu. Before that, we know who was in charge. Yes, Joe Gate was in charge of railway development. Now, also NAOHO. Look at the money that we've expended. As it stands now, the traffic, any gas emissions, any petrol emissions in Tia, aban ni gina so say yen scrap it to collection in fi no the railway ebi wana nka bebo wana nka ama the congestion traffic near there here about problem swati but I am yet to see one railway line which is working.
That is
so
the
we keep on investing a lot of money.
No, Achimota and Sawam railway line far Aluboshi. It was working before this government took over in 2017.
But they said they were developing.
Redevelopment. 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, as you speak, re-emphasize training. So
we keep on investing a lot of money.
Say, nothing.
That is why this is what we encourage the thieves to go and steal. That do you get what I'm trying to say? Because
we just say thieves, no mobile thieves self to way.
But the thing is not working.
We keep one.
Say yeah, Jumana stealing public fund. Yeah, Jumana adia namswa. Anka scrap for no man mefa. But then yeah, Jumana. Let's see, maybe this investment would make it work now. Atu forcing. I think that.
Honorable Atu forcing the case, you know.
Yes.
So come back.
No, we are okay. Let's go back. And I think bring back to Booth. We read that in the Daily Graphic. So Daily Guide in the front page. Niama Odeba. Let's move on to the next one. I think that 500 million Manso Union Valley Railways work begins as President cuts sword and declares its highest single investment. Indeed, this is the highest investment on the railway.
The question is the money ready?
I'm sure this will be a loan. So most of these things.
Say loan cry, is the money ready?
We don't have once they've cut
because 2020 your cut is 78 million euro. A year Eastern Regional Hospital.
You know what happens? What happens in Ghana is that sometimes we go in for facilities, say we end up using
the money for another thing.
Do you get it?
The same way like General Hospital, 64 million euro. I can't say the money is ready, but as you speak, it's only
the hospital. So maybe that is what mostly happens in. And you are buying with successive government are buying now. Yeah, that's a lot of money. You remember the ranking member on the health committee in Parliament, Kodam Inta Kando, came out to say, "Unim say, Adibe Obeto Ghana be the tax component." National health insurance levy, that's no. I think 2.5
now.
But national health insurance every day you hear say Omokas Omuniska. It's kind of because everything
I buy government owned national insurance authority.
So that is what happens. The money being ready because Brunei the when you cash this kind of amount, but the more do you invest the money into what we are going to? That is what the questions that we should be asking. GES invites school heads over teachers strike. Meeting. Will they listen? Would they hit to the advice? All what they're asking for is that they need a 20%.
Why are they now calling for meeting? Because according to this striking teachers, which said way back last year, October,
they were beating the drums.
Extra government, and they say, give us this, almost the ministry, and I said, Abano has never engaged them. Do you wait for them to embark on strike? Then you call them for what?
Let's see how that one goes. I've seen a letter from the National Labour Commission copying the teacher unions there was like CCT, NAGRAT, NAT, NEAFITEU, and what's on copy the Education Ministry, the GES, Fair Wages and Salary Commission.
They can copy and copy
all the other
stakeholders even Audomi.
So Accra residents fume over persistent flood. And now on the insurance to be 3 hours.
And no videos na me hu
flood won same.
Videos na me ha say na sronko because me hu say best Shadrach I post baby was say Chado just say almost the whole community
and now me obi kasa e wo Chado what they are saying is say waterway you ka waterway baby nsuo kwan nsuo to efa no contractor bi ekusi dan e dey si sa kwan so you see sometimes we don't have to be blaming government in a way because they have oversight responsibility of say e was anyama koyi because Omo and I also would see crime also baby boo. Henry Korte is trying, he's doing a lot. The Greater Accra Regional Minister or tries a Ramsar site in recently CSR where demolition but you see what I'll say is yeah Ghana for no and Emasa Niamai Eba because any the chiefs because the chiefs and for more quite a waterway crowd or anyway say
once
you get it but if you sell those lands at the moment then the panic could develop that is what happens and then over here circular Kwame Nkrumah circle it was an eyesore yesterday Kaneshi First Light
so the traditional
Kaneshi industrial area those areas you know and so I talk for 4 hours you know what people have said is that You see, I see a total baby to say Australia, Europe, China, any idea no. Ensure to me top there 7 days, 3 days continuous. Se bi to heavy sir e wa ha se ya Accra in other so that is the front page of that is the Ghanaian Times. Yanko the Chronicle. We are dying of hunger. Bring back road tolls. We the aggrieved workers workers petition parliament after government loses an estimated so
78
in revenue. That is from the time the toll was shut up until now.
So almost 6 months.
That's 6 months.
78 million.
Losing. Okay. That is what they are saying. That is NLA denies impropriety in licensing of private lotto operators. Okay, the NLA almost digitize it almost system no. And a lotto operators maybe say Udi Agra a bit take you almost out of business because so yes, but the director River Samia Uku is saying say obehena online lines is your money equipment near there also more importers and exporters vow to resist imposition of additional taxes because you see all these things are coming up.
Why are they complaining? Is it because of IMF Bantiana?
It's not because, and yet you see the truth be told. Ghana, Sika any revenue but the taxing is only few people in the country that are being taxed. That is why the importers and exporters, because I know a easy way.
So that's why the government says expanding the tax net.
You see,
expand the tax
that is the only way to take ourselves out of this ditch. I find yourselves, into railway once and seven sign. Okay. Dr. Mark Esibi Yeboah,
where the metro lens
vindicated as government resort to the IMF we metro lens. Now, Dr. Mark Esibi Yeboah, when he said the 2017 to 2021 Parliament and the MPP are buying the chairman of the finance committee. He's also the former member of parliament for New Joabin South. Yeah. But Yatuno, if you are there as well. Yes, primaries. Yes, obviously you know. Yeah, what's his name? Is it the director, former director of the Free Zone Board?
Free Zone Board.
Yes. I see or member of parliament. The kind of Accra flat has been reported. But yesterday, Dr. Mark Esibi Yeboah has been speaking a lot on the economy. Any owns some idea. Okay, I say the MPP government, any Nana Danko for the Dr. Baomia were very excited and they were happy. They were talking about the fact that they've overseen a growth in the economy, 8% growth, 2018-2019. But Dr. Mark Esibi Yeboah actually said, "Sa growth ni inano from the IMF
program, the
NDC ECO from 2015." Okay. And he says, government, we've gone to the IMF 17 times. He says, a bad thing. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah can say the black man is capable of managing his own affairs, but it's very difficult for us to manage our own affairs because IMF bar or not at the cap subsidies near there. And no say free SHS will be reviewed. One district, one factory, Udi Agra, some other policies, government policies, or can say state-owned enterprises, government appointees
running at a loss.
Some of the institutions that they have 3 deputy CEOs, 4 deputy CEOs. Some of them even make money.
Information minister, the deputy CEO too.
That is what he's saying. Say, IMF vast and your money now, you cut it to be down into expenditure. You see, when government is saying that abiding by because a 20% reduction in the expenditure, 20% reduction in the salary, is yet to see it. Any impact it has made. That is the main reason why we are into life. So if you tell Ghanaians say we should do burden sharing,
we want to see you first.
Wow. We want to see yes, government do something. So if government cut down money now, we ministers, 100 or 90 ministers, that's where they're about 70 because some of the ministries could be merged. Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Trade could be merged. Some of the ministries, railway development. We have Ministry of Transport.
We have the sector minister.
We have Ministry of Transport. We have Ministry of Roads.
3 deputies.
Roads and Highways. Ministry of Roads and Highways. Ministry of Railways. All those ministries could be merged.
Why do we in the past government, now Ministry of Roads and Highways, Transport. We have
aviation.
Aviation Ministry, transport ministry, railway ministry. Now omunyina under one ministry 3.
We should be
and everybody achieve
doing some of these things.
And atiwe.
Yes, sir.
Asia Dr.
Dr. Kobnadu for forfeit welfare of EIB workers for a Honto project. Okay, I say he is a former finance minister.
Sure.
Under the actual
Professor
NDC
Mills,
administration,
yeah.
Professor Mills administration. He's also been the governor for the Bank of Ghana. That or launch a Honto project.
Yeah.
I think somewhere NDC, yes, NDC headquarters saying he's saying this project will cost him over
$1 billion. $1 million.
Yes, $1 million. That is over 30,000 Ghana cedis in each constituency. Our better canopies, PA system, plastic chairs. Yes, now among just come from now. The entity say EIB, Oka GH1. Any for the past 9 months,
Star FM.
They've not been paid.
So 9 months.
Yes, 9 months. Almost try say on the 4th of July. That was Monday. Almost a demonstration, but the management of the company says almost demonstration now should stay off air. Kakra. Now
it means automatic local demonstration now. You'll be laid off.
But you know that. You see, my problem is that the Ghana media fraternity. They be a can't of wasn't, but yes, the way the media is being treated.
But the issue is, if you want to be president, no problem.
It's not.
But charity begins at home.
Yes, but people are saying, is for him to amass wealth for himself. That is what they are alleging, but not to help the ordinary Ghanaian. Because if your workers have not been paid,
it's a charity 9 months. How do you expect them to?
You are spending over millions. You are spending millions of dollars into bringing their own top project.
NDC for Juma no akasa wo komo music. Na mo wa fa workers o mo ye adwuma o EIB. So unti o mo ka 9 months. There was your business and investing in the NDC.
That is it. That is it. Education Minister Dr. Edichum honors his 96-year-old class 1 teacher. We me so say teacher or trainer dey and the constituency. Reshuffle your ministers now. MPP loyal patriot to President Nana Addo Dankwa.
You support the call.
Reshuffling it. You see, the thing is that the reason why reshuffling is good and new faces is sometimes good is that nipa ne ba or the fresh energy any ideas only that the person is competent for that position. And I'm sure that in the MPP government there are people who are competent in some of the positions. And now CBA was talking about the planting for food and jobs. He's saying that it wasn't part of their manifesto. It only came into force in 2017. Our mobile planning for food and jobs, and he's not seeing any impact the planning for food and jobs has made. Even though
it was a programmer, our predecessor, secure loan from Canada.
Yes.
No more. Yes. They only changed the name. That's why he didn't find them in the MPP.
So that is what he's saying. He's not seeing anything, even though the minister who says that plantain, a bunch of plantain, some months back was 5 cities. Dr. Efria Koto says that but it's the transport first.
If the government has to do, let's say, or reshuffle the ministers, I give me 4 lists and can go to you your perspective.
I think that the finance ministry should be the first ministry.
Okay,
that should be reshuffled. The finance ministry, I think, one. Education, maybe. The reason being that Dr. Yawase Educhum is a very good policy person, but I don't see him too much to be a politician.
Okay.
In Tiama, under his ministry, a lot of strike, teacher agitation.
Reforms, Papa Bian, Shedama,
I think the education ministry, a lot of teaching challenges. Maybe the health ministry. The health ministry because of the scandals a course vaccine for me Sputnik V in
they also provided evidence against autoforcing. Hey, I said whether the build
maybe those are the 3 million, and you know all of them are part of.
Now what about Greek minister?
That Greek minister he says there is food any younger county buy you maybe also reshuffle kakraba ebeboa reshuffle in there I say it's very good.
Okay.
Say ebeboa abayin no na okay,
so
that is the last one.
For the day.
Kruwaka Trano
okay, and then before I make Jawamwakon, IMF negotiation Ashasia Ekoso. Gabi Asorotidakon Asebi notice on the 14th of this month. Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, the head of economic management team, addressing Ghana for why Ghana for Yeko IMF. do we still need government to come and explain to us after government committing themselves and after committing Ghana into IMF program and the program HRCN? Do we still need the government to come and update and tell us why we are seeking IMF bailout?
In the first place, maybe the first thing that government should have done was for, you remember, fellow Ghanaians, press update another my. Some of the speeches even went viral. We know how to bring back the economy, but we don't know how to bring back life. So that is why Uncle Lockdown here. That posture, President Ronald Reagan, if the head of the economic management team, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, should have done some press conference of that sort, giving us explanations why we are going to the IMF.
Before why you engage them.
Why we said we were not going, but because of the situation that we find ourselves in, Sisi and Yeko, I think that would have been best. But yes, still we need explanations from them. We've seen the information ministry and some other ministers, including Abena Osei-Asare, who is the deputy minister of finance. But people would want to hear more from the people who made the decisions, who are in charge. The people who are in charge is the president, the vice president, and the finance minister.
Could it be said Ghana's economic situation is so severe, so bad, so disastrous to the extent say the government couldn't even wait to address Ghanaians first before engaging?
How long does it take to?
Because the time I quite saw the Obako school.
Yeah.
Obako school na sabofrano na home for now. The first thing they do, they will call the parent. Oh, abofrano no why she? But emergency critical, they have to take the child to hospital before even they call the parent to tell them say, oh, obana abofrano na home for no. Could it be the situation? Say because of the situation the government found itself in, because Gabi as on the first Twitter bringing Ghana for
that was a week before.
Yeah, a week before was saying say government have to borrow. Do government have to borrow to pay salaries? Could it be said that's the reason that government have to rush quick to IMF before addressing Ghanaians?
No and yes. You know, how long will it take for because they have the figures.
Yeah,
and there were cabinet meetings. Cabinet meetings are even before Thursday, you know, almost your last cabinet meeting and so they knew. You remember? They knew. Gabi Ochidakun about we can boldly say he is not against
IMF
Ghana going to IMF. When the information minister Kojo Ponkroma came to your sister station Metro TV, on Paul Ademotre Bedi Nkomo, all the indications that day was when the Arise Ghana demonstration, of course, but afterwards they had a conversation on the economy and the IMF, and then Yamanyama Okoso. The next day was a cabinet meeting, and all the indications pointed clearly say you call IMF, so they knew. So giving us, telling Ghanaians say you call and giving us the reasons could have been done. Maybe that is also true. Say the decision was taken long ago. They just gave us the statement. Now you won't say you call IMF, but they will almost catch on there 2 months ago. Say because of the situation we find ourselves in, there's nothing we can do than to go to the IMF for a bailout because not Myanmar and Shada Nkoye, and obviously it's true. What's his name? The Gabi Asare isn't the first person who said say maybe government may borrow to pay salaries. Remember somewhere in Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kings for Babwin said, "Send your Yamasi Kono. Sabina and Shenia, they may have to borrow to pay salaries." That was a time e-levy still mates na ekoso twema me ntwe yebeji ato ne nyi ntumi ahun ka honi ade.
I think say even Ken Ofrata made that comment.
Yeah, so the distress of the economy need there. And people have said say the figures were going south about 12 months ago, so we should have made this decision 12 months ago in IMF, you know, in 10 terms.
We waited too long. According to a year some
because Buffers na nye adwuma. Buffers na do go akwan mu no government cut e-levy. It didn't work, so the only way for us was to go to the IMF. So that is it.
Brapeni, that's Papa. The unofficial head of economic management team are only the Ghana to IMF negotiation. And I will first meet me.
Almost in person, and then they behind closed doors.
Closed doors.
And to only IMF for now. When we saw a funny video now, echo around say, IMF is here. IMF Ghana. We do any democrat no.
Yeah. So open half. They say towards half, you know. And Pabia, to me, back. They say, "Was it me half?" Mammy could not do Gobeno, or so to meet so.
Also, Gobeno. Odi 4 cities, only 2 cities. So
2 cities.
2 cities.
enemy who
I
Nanado.
You should cut down the size of government. Any akano. If you don't cut down the size of government.
Picture na konopa. Nanado ejina elephant ne ho.
And elephant
and the size of government. And an fire chon.
Elephant efunu so.
And aeroplane so na mu na shower. Egu so.
But IMF was want to mean you are shower.
IMF ni nu jina na chi no se hwe.
You can't do this in Libya.
Enti oga Nanado. Omomode so ye de ne beto diet.
Okay.
Diet plan.
Ati ye de Nanado beto diet so.
Ene you know so. Osono na
nefu ashe.
Diet so na cut down.
Abusiafo I don't know. IMF negotiations start today. And Ghana buy any IMF nkomenye sisi ne etumi ekoso na say the money Ignite Media, Metro TV, Original TV, Original FM de hundia ebebro. They do so the trending issue. Mami brother bedin konkonsa kire.
Say no. Aya na mu wi amomet na se na nyesa enimgu ase na aya na Henry ne Same. Na mama ye say.
Konkonsa Kenoforiata the most wanted minister.
Or say Oforiata will be shown anti-IMF comments during negotiations.
You will be what?
He will be shown anti-IMF comments during negotiations.
Okay.
Former MP and Eka. Afi Yabahan Museyana high teacher attrition hampering pupils' performance. Would when it chemu ewa ningo pram na education directorate one more say. Achacha for any na we say me ekwo ha ntimi ma adwuma echina we say echina say acheche fo suban no eno nam so ama emofra won potem ho no wadesua enko animo sa so na Dr. Mamudu Baomi anyame adomo akita wonsa ne de to so edu enan obekasa ede afa IMF won de kodi airport ejina so ema o my Ghana ban no esi jinaye se wobeko IMF wode ho nsem aba afa teachers Atiatia womo ewomo no eho ensem ewa ha say Bilsa South MP onmonyamfo park wakasa ede afa eye strike action ya chechefo koi ewomo 25th July ena emrantia womo koku abemu abi abonya 10 years wakasoa no watu womo court won sensem no ahyeda afa onmonyamfo Ken Oforiata ena owura John Peter Mewo essay na no na agro na said no wo di ehun fe wa na wo say John Peter Mewo so wonim no
railway minister for railway
first no ye minister for energy wo say ye ka soafo a wo bo ne homoden pa e wo the 4th republic no emu a na ye ora Ken Oforiata yo yate enu so won sem e wa han mo say afei Oforiata's bad decision and e kofa ohawi ebaye we eye ora Isaac Adongo nensem a wode eto edwa enti odo ani che northern region na achechefo eku a wo mate etua no edo how park ese ababeto eye adesuafo so we will resist attempt to punish the poor worker Dr. Beyo enode eko ede ama Ghana for afa police officer alleged to have sase midano mekaye same Afrancho ento na esi ye ma obi wu ye wasase ho no wutie maame no ye eyewitness no wutie ne bite na wo say time a boy na ye friend no brefo wo de se kan ewo kwa me ye boa no an wo da fom no na police ni gina ho ena abrante ne de se kan no ewo no ena wo so police ni bisa say police enya ne de se kan wo obi wo se maame me o de men kasa ye din Mamenka so se menka sa menye din
say ku abrante no police ni
nanim ene eku abrante no bite ne wo ho nti police for mo pe bite no amomra e be ma mo bite ene wo say police ye e ba na dance a media dance ye say ye de se kan wo no na wo gina ho asem we ma me ne kan wo interview no aye ne ye nim wo so wo hu nani police ni gina ho o say media dance a kire say ye wo ena na wo ho no mo a
de sekan wo
no de sekan wo no
wo say police ni wo ye prime witness
wo say nipa mienu ne de sekan wo mo na second person no a wanwu amunum ho a no wo say de ne kokora no wo say abrantie yi nche obewu wo kwa so sana ma me ne kan enti no ena wo che se ya interdict no
police
ni no enti police no anu ogina ho no mu asasem ni see ye
wanya hwe
amfa ho ide sekan wo bi no post mpanifo a interdict no a wo ye ne mu enhwehwemu na wo begina ho no mama wo so obo ye ho ban ye de sekan wo obi wo wanim na untumi nka ho hwede na se wo koya na se obai ye hwe GS wo mo so ne leadership of the teacher unions no ebehia enne sem training Dorinando when you 50 years mama no ho ofo ne ho ofe papa wo free ye adwuma ne yesusa ye betie no enne ye gusoa etie no enti ye ma no awoda pa
ye be celebrate you
mama no why
running from the media because the media for be person running from media because they are stressful
why enya media ya enti krom ha
producer say adwuma yin still a o am bisa say tm papa o be da
konofo say
no was say mo amma kwade ye ne aware ye ho
samu muso nkenya bad kra
ye ba adwuma
ni aba
ye pon a ye dim say abonten a de be didi
enra adwumadie bi ekoso ewo yato e mantam ne mu manso railway dwumadi ebekoso na Ghana mampanyi say mo amosori a na mo bo oman ne ka ede ben rail enade enua ya yetwa ede fa keteke kwan so na mo wia ton di ene wode kokobo akwa ama mo say wutifie na no pe wo hwe na wode wo sori a railway so na anam na osesa ne makoton wajai na ne wo mo ba beti ku a wo mbeye sa bambo ensem no se ne be ya wo butusu a area na ne post for wo pen chi se ku a eno ho nsem wa ha sa so na IMF oroforiata wo se ye ku IMF ana nkyere se 11 ye jaye o 11 kwa da fe ne be hyemu kena wa rekọ be ko 2.5
say me ka kire
percent enti wo se 11 states 11 de onko be
se Ghana fo anya se o mo call for ye oroforiata sakin na obetumo ne bufua
ne be ko 25 on so ne nyina ye dwane afiri krom ha enti wonu akro ya woni ne ministry and wo mo say IMF assistance wo mo so ya sene wo mo boa ye na emomu no enye bailout ame assistance any bailout no so ye be ne dem
bailout
is an assistance
na
not
assistance
a bailout.
Ni say bailout ni nyina ni say what the ka
assistance any bailout
bailout ni nyina ni say what the ka wintimi ntua omo a wodi omo ka eni nti omo meso asene mwa o emewa ka gina mu neti mbo se tiaka say bailout
nya brofo na mo de ba be hurehura ye ade kro no a ene ye kan wasam assistance ni bailout na de ne ye kan medicament mi ntua
o meboa o debt sustainability
ene be no be baili me
o may give you confidence to investor because the truth of the matter is say I'm a bailout ni na say I'm a fune ba be say enkrofo do omoka usika baby a wo generative revenue di free and expenditure o me hwese ni nyina be koyie na fe so mata wachi o ma yesa akaginamu anti se ko ba se o ko se de ne ye ko international market ye ko peska ye nyai because ya downgrade ye no say I am for ba mu a ebe ma ya nya can say foreign investors no anya assurance so I am for mu dia it means it is sika ko show manu be ye ni atuna ba so bailout.
Okay.
Bailout.
Inti IMF enya IMF ni nyina ye kwaji bill. Inti bailout. Inti anu ho semeno no teacher nurses de omo ho age cola strike no emu a eno nso ho sem graphic.com. NHIA increases payments for medicine. Inti anu sem no wo kwa hospital say now you health insurance no a ena yatum. Enro bia ya na ye gie no ye de ohanji chemu aduasa ena etumu ne nyina ne se ne memu ayede am bia akwa NHIA enti ho nsem nso ena mpanifo ede aba nti wei ene nsem bia pie ye ewo ye online portals ahodo no eso a edi se wokenkan bie wonya bra ko na ko site ahodo no na ko kan na ne ma so enti me enkoye